What's up and welcome to Under 10 Fitness. My name is Drew Smith. I'm your host. Of course, this is the show all about health and fitness under 10 minutes. And today we're going to open up the shoulders and the hips with a few movements that you can do anywhere, multiple times throughout the day. I like to do it first thing when I wake up. First thing is a Cuban rotation. What you're going to do is you're going to lift your elbows up, all right, making a 90-degree angle with your arms here. And then you are going to rotate your palms up and back down. And that's considered one repetition. Now what you want to focus on is keeping your elbows locked in this position. You don't want to do this and drop those elbows. You want to keep those elbows up nice and high, lock them into position, and rotate those palms up, all right? And then back down. You're going to do this 6 to 8 times. I'll show you from the side here what it's going to look like. Shoulders up, elbows up, 90-degree angle, and rotating. 6 to 8 times here. We'll rotate back to the front here. Let's go 2 more times. Oh yeah. All right, very good. Now the next stretch here, we're gonna need a chair for someplace you can sit down. Now what you're gonna wanna do, this is again for the shoulders, you sit down, okay? You're placing your palms on the insides of your knees here. And let's start with the right shoulder here. And what you're gonna do, rest your palms here. You're driving that shoulder towards the ground, all right? So I am pushing on my legs here to drive my right shoulder towards the ground, okay? And you do that until you feel a stretch. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna look up over your left shoulder, the opposite shoulder, and just hold it there, all while continuing to drive that shoulder towards the ground, all right? Looking up. Yeah. Say hi to the cat. All right, very good. That's a good stretch right there. And then we're gonna do the other side, okay? Again, you're driving it towards the ground, all right, in between your legs, towards the ground. All right, once you get a nice stretch there, then you look up over the opposite shoulder. Just keep holding it. Very good. All right, now you can hold those stretches for up to a minute. I want to go over a minute because it's the law of diminishing returns, okay? It's going to do up a good until about 60 seconds, but then after that, it's not really going to help much more, okay? Then you can take a break, go about your day, and then you can do this stretch again. If you're really tight in the shoulders, this is something that you can do multiple times throughout the day. You just take a break from your desk or whatever it is you're doing and pop into this position and just stretch, hold that stretch, minute on each side, 2 minutes, you're done. Your shoulders are gonna feel a lot better. All right, I'm gonna get this chair out of the way. And now what we're gonna do is a little bit on the hips. Now the hips get really tight a lot of times from sitting. There's so many muscles in here that get really tight from our jobs, from just daily activity, driving anywhere, sitting anywhere. A lot of times we're in this position, okay? So we're gonna stand up here. Now I want you to watch this from the side. We're going to do an RDL, okay? We're gonna reach for our toes, basically. For this, you're gonna have a slight bend in the knees, just a slight bend, all right? We're not bending the knees here, but you never wanna have your knees locked out, all right? So slight bend in the knees, and what you're really gonna focus on is driving your hips backwards, all right? So when your chest drops, you want that to be because your hips are going backwards, not because you're bending your knees. All right, slight bend in the knees, driving the hips backwards, letting your arms hang, and boom. When done properly, you're gonna feel this in your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back, all right? Also, when you're doing this, you wanna focus on keeping your chest up, all right? Think of a superhero. Nice big puffed up chest, all right? Shoulder blades back and together, letting your arms hang right here. So now, this is your new starting position. Slight bend in the knees, driving your hips back. Right about there. I'm really, really tight in my hamstrings, so my hands can barely get right below my knee before I really start to feel it. Everybody's different. Everybody's gonna feel this at different points. You might get a little bit lower than I do. You might not get as low to feel the benefits of the stretch. I'm gonna do this 6 to 8 repetitions again. Let's go for it. Slight bend in the knees, big puffy chest, driving the hips back. Oh yeah. Just like that. That's 3, 4. You notice that my knees aren't bending anymore. My hips are driving me back, and that is what's causing my chest to drop. Bend forward. Very nice. One more here. What I like to think about is one of those ducks that you have on your desk that goes down and gets the water. You know, the one from The Simpsons, if you've seen that show. All right, now let's go on to another stretch for the hips. Just a lunge, a simple lunge to the side. Stand with your feet about hip width apart. And you're gonna lunge to the right to start. All right, so you'll lunge here, okay? Plant the foot, then you will bend the knee, all right? And then you'll squat and you'll lunge back to your starting position. Now, one thing that you want to focus on is keeping this leg as straight as possible. You want to stay on this foot. The weight's going to be in the heel, not in the ball of the foot. The foot is planted firmly onto the ground. All right, and you notice my toes are facing forward a bit, and then I am lunging into that side. What you want to think about is if I had a bag or a bar or some kind of weight on my back, would I be able to support that weight? All right, if I'm doing this, I'm not gonna be able to support that weight. All right, lunging to the side, planting the foot, and then coming down into it. All right, very good. Plant the foot and lunge in. All right, again, it's always about 6 to 8 repetitions is what I'm shooting for on each side. Now, as you're doing this, you might notice that you're a little tighter on one side as opposed to the other. Give a little extra attention to that side. All right. Very good. Now for this next exercise, I'm going to need a mat, so I'll be right back.
And while I'm gone, look at this cute little picture of kittens in a basket. Oh my God, look at them, they're so cute. Oh, and this one, it's a little mariachi. Oh, mucho gusto, mi amor. Oh, it's a little cop. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, sir, is that catnip in your pocket?
All right, I'm back, and I've got my mat. I do this on a mat, you can do this on a pillow, something for cushioning on the knee because it can hurt a little bit. I mean, everybody's different, it just depends. So basically, you're just going to get here in like a lunge position, resting that knee on the ground, and then you're gonna lean forward and lift up your hand, okay? The hand that you wanna lift is on the knee that's on the ground, all right? You wanna stretch out everything right into here, down through the leg, from your knee all the way up here. Everything's stretching out nice through here. You're gonna again hold that for about 30 seconds. Nice deep breaths. Very good. Now I'm going to show you this from the side so you can see kind of the form you're looking for here. Now you want about a 90-degree angle with this leg, all right? Knee in the ground there, all right? Big puffed up chest, and lift that arm, all right? Now if you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can lean forward a bit into it, all right? Now what I avoid doing is putting too much pressure on this knee, so you want to make sure that it's out far enough in front of you so you're not doing something like this, right? You want that foot out in front of you. I see this a lot. You want your foot, get it out there, all right? Ah, yeah, there you go. All right, now let's fire up this other side here. Again, knee on the ground, foot in front of you. You're lifting the arm of the knee that's on the ground. All right, feeling a nice stretch in through here. I really feel it right in here is where we're aiming to feel it, is right here. All right, lean into it a little bit if you want a bigger stretch. Nice big deep breaths. And that's it. You can do these stretches multiple times throughout the day. It'll take you a couple of minutes to get through. If you hold each stretch for 30 seconds and you do the side lunges for 6 to 8 repetitions and the Cuban rotations 6 to 8 repetitions, you'll be done with this thing in like 5 or 6 minutes. It's something easy enough to do that you can do it anywhere, anytime. And I hope you do it and feel a lot better. Again, my name is Drew Smith. This is Under 10 Fitness. And remember, stay motivated.